Hey folks, welcome to Friday, the 25th of March 2022. And we've seen really decent appreciation in equities yesterday and this morning, holding nice flat near the tops that we achieved late yesterday on the US session. You're seeing oil in the midst of what is quite a decent pullback. We're down $2 this morning. On the docket for today, we have the EU Leaders Summit starting at 10 a.m. in about 16 minutes' time. And then going through to the rest of the session, we're looking forward to Michigan consumer sentiment, expectations, and current conditions at 2 o'clock. And then we're going to have pending home sales tier 1 data at 2 there, set to come out. 1% prior was negative 5.7%. So getting over to the charts here, let's just have a quick look here. Let me just fix one thing up on my screens, and there we go. So you're seeing the DAX. Really important thing to note here before I take these the DAX off. Right, yesterday, really important area for the SPOs here, the 4476s. We came up out of the APAC into this zone above the 4456s, and then just look 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts at the 4476s here to get bid. Couldn't do it. Very much volatility driven sort of event here. You can see though the DAX at the same area, right? Just 1, 2 attempts and no push above here at all. So, a little bit of Europe underwater, whereas the US is free running. And we did look at this level for the SPOs on the upside, 45.25s. All right, we didn't get there. We fell just a little bit short coming into the close, but we hit it in APAC. The Dow, again, similar, 34,702s target on the up. Okay, we almost got there, but we hit it in the APAC session. So if I now get rid of the SPOs the DAX, and now we look at the NASDAQ, really technical stuff here on the NASDAQ. It's been an absolute belter of a market for the last week that we've had. Once we pushed up here into this, above this line in the sand, above the 50 EMA, pulls back down. What was it? Yeah, midday for us here in Dublin and Europe. London and Dublin, and then driving up there into really, what a Gandalf sort of an area here. Just none shall pass. And so then, shorts to be had, 3:30, half 3 there on Wednesday. But you don't really want to be on the short side. As I've said, we are going to be holding this area here. So bids from 14,437's quarter, as I was saying yesterday, well worth waiting for. Getting that drive up through that ceiling that we had, driving into the close on the session there. 8 o'clock in the evening for us. But today will be the last day, thankfully. But next Monday we're back to the 5-hour difference to New York, and so we can rest well there. So listen, what's the play? Well, look, long from this shelf to the 200 EMA. There's a bit of a line in the sand. I think this is actually an outstanding older gap that we have above 14,852's half up to the 200 EMA 15,109 spot 98 and the 100 just above there. So to kind of show you these levels on the NASDAQ, here we are on the daily. There's your 200. I could turn on the 100 here as well. So you can see, I think, look, people talking about bear market, blah, blah, blah. If we are to go lower, we actually have to move higher and then find resistance on the confluence of the 100 and the 200. What you're going to hear about across the next 2 weeks and next week, I would imagine, is going to be the 100 crossing down below the 200, right? And so I think your golden cross is, what is it, a 50 on a 200 crossing below or above a 200. So let's not get too excited about that. But you are going to hear the technicians talking about an eventual crossover of these two moving averages. But right now, the market is skewed to the upside. We have reclaimed this baseline here from the low of the 19th of July last year, the 4th of October last year. you've seen it's been a great line in the sand, and really just incredible trading opportunities. We also have, lest you forget, well, actually, I've taken it off, but the 500 daily moving average is really where this all began down here. So, lovely trading conditions to be had. Just on the risk reward, I mean, well, look, off the lows now, we're up. What are we up? 14% off of those lows on the year. So, really nice trade to be done there. I'll take 14% on NASDAQ every day, please. I'll have one of them with my croissant in them. So absolutely lovely stuff. Okay, so we're skewed to the upside. These markets have had a lot of opportunity to go down this morning. You're seeing the lows well defended on SPOOs and on Dow here. We're stuck in this line in the sand. Really nice stuff. Look, all I see is longs. I know the charts are quite busy looking, but to the guys, to the team, and to me, these areas are everything. This is context, and this is how we trade. And it's well, I'm not going to say easy money because there is no such thing, but it does make your trading a whole lot easier. Oil, let's talk about oil again. Targets hit this week on 115.12s on the upside, showing some resistance yesterday. Well, where did we come to? A couple of the guys were on the shorts, but they didn't hold it down to target here on the trend. So we had a lovely touch here. I drew this a couple of days ago. It's definitely in yesterday's pre-US video. This area was looking for a pullback. We did get a little bit of relief there, but selling into the close, we're now driving down through this prior gap area here, which, when it's an outstanding gap, we have it in kind of yellow. When it's done and dusted, we make it a gray until it kind of becomes irrelevant. But we have seen trade against this area, selling on the top. So for me, I like 105.80s long or 104.69s long. But for the moment, we're on the bounce. We're on the bounce. So I think we can work. Basically, we can work this entire range for probably I don't know, probably the next week or two until we get that fundamental catalyst to drive us up over 115.12s. What else? What else? What else? Gold. Look, a little bit of gold staying elevated. Yesterday, NATO conference. Big powwow for the NATO members, and with that, a little bit of risk premium built in on gold. I think this thing is not to be sold once it's holding above the 1929s, and indeed this inflection area 1939 halves. I think we're headed for 2000 here. I just think technically that's what's got to happen. What else can we see? What else can we see? The bonds, nice little bit of recovery today, but not that much considering the downside we saw yesterday. Nat gas, yeah, really building in a lot of premium on nat gas. You had the storage figures come out in line, negative 56 BCF yesterday. Little volatility blown out on the bottom of that old gap area, and then just buyers picking up their stocks at 5.215. Target hit, as I was saying yesterday, 5.422s. Well, these are the next targets. Spot 547, spot 717. All right, just getting clipped out on a little bit of that SPOOs long as I'm speaking right now. Target up 45.25s and actually up into 45.64s here for the SPOOs. So let's see what we can do. All right, euro. Yeah, look, the euro I think is stuck in a range and it can't get out at the moment. So look, the dollar, it's pretty simple, right? It actually is pretty simple. With the analysis, it's weak under this area. All right, dollar should sell down, make a new low, but buyers are defending this quite handsomely from 97 spot 69 93s. All right, there's not much more to cover on these markets for today's pre-US session. It's been a hell of a week. So listen, have a good weekend, everybody. Please do smash the like or subscribe button below. And we'll see you next week for more adventures in trading. All right, take care. Bye bye.